events celebrating these things in our lives. Today I'm going to be talking to the lovely Jacqui Blackmore from Innerzing.net, and she's going to be sharing with us some of the different modalities in healing that she does for people. So welcome, Jacqui. It's good to have you on board. I will bring you up and start asking you questions. There we go. So Jacqui, the first question I ask is what I ask everyone, and it's what makes your heart sing?
Well, truthfully, it's probably just people. People in general, family, right through to, you know, just random strangers on the street. Everybody has their own story to tell and, you know, has such amazing backgrounds that it's just great to be able to tap into that. You know, my husband finds it amazing that I might be walking down the street and have a conversation with a random stranger and give them a hug, but, you know, that's just who I am.
And I can certainly vouch for that. You're a beautiful person, and I can understand you should be a people person. We should share you with as many people as possible, Jacqui, because I think you're wonderful. So my next question is, you do a modality called body talk, and that's how you and I met. So I just wanted to ask, how did you discover body talk?
Well, it's a strange thing, really. A friend of mine moved over from England a year before we did, so that she's been here 10 years, I've been here 9, and we used to talk about natural health things way, you know, years back in England, and she'd been struggling somewhat building a new home and stuff, and had been for some sessions and said to me, oh, you really need to go and check this out. As you know, Roz, I do have a disabled son, and it seemed like it could be a really good thing for him. I just managed to get my little girl into kindy and thought, do you know what? Just this once, I'm going to do it for me instead of for somebody else. Yeah. So off I went, had a session, came home, was talking to Tina, walking down the street, saying, well, I had no aha moments like you did. I don't know, you know, yes, it was interesting. I could see it will work for, you know, other people, but it didn't really resonate hugely. Got home, chatted to my husband, and then showed him what we did and the yes, no that we do with people's arms. And it was total deja vu. And I just knew that I'd done this somewhere before.
Yep.
And from there on, I just needed to follow on. I could understand how good it was going to be for my family. My husband has Crohn's disease. My son's on the autistic spectrum. My daughter has to balance us all up. So I looked into becoming a practitioner because I knew how much it was going to help my family, and it was going to save me realistically from having to pay other people to work on my family.
Yep. So no,
I think maybe I'm moving on to your next question.
Yes, yep. I was going to say, what made you decide to become a body talk healer? But of course, helping your family, that's sort of a very big driver.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. And, you know, from less than a week, I had my first session. A week later, I went back and had a second session. On my second session, all I did was ask the practitioner how to become a practitioner. And as we know, the universe conspires to send us where we need to go. And there was a course starting only a week later. How odd is that? Or maybe not. Awesome. So I went off, did the course, came home, worked on the family, did more courses, worked on the family, realised, of course, that I'm actually a bit too close working on my own family. You know, get a little bit caught up in the outcome and what you expect to happen within a session for somebody that, you know, you're very emotionally attached to. So, of course, that's when I started working with clients outside of my home, or outside of my immediate family and friends, to help to fund for my family to go and see other practitioners who do body talk.
Yeah. It's an amazing cycle. How have you found body talk can help people's health?
It's amazing on all levels. You know, works, I had a conversation as such with the bacteria in my husband's gut because he has Crohn's disease, and within a couple of days he's telling me that he's felt the best he's felt for years.
Yep.
So it works very, very much on a physical level, and sometimes can work very, very quickly on that physical level.
Yes.
But as we know, it goes deeper than just the ailments we see.
Yes. Yep. And certainly that's why we're sort of doing these talks that incorporate health, wealth, spirit, and happiness, because really everything's an emotional journey as well as a physical
Definitely.
journey. They're so tightly bound together.
Yes, always. I mean, one lady that I worked with had been seeing doctors on and off for a long, long time because of severe ankle pain. She was very, nearly disabled from this pain in her ankle. And the doctor just kept giving her more and more strong painkillers. They couldn't see anything physically wrong, but it caused her a lot of pain. Well, I mean, realistically, even, anybody in the street would look at her and know that she was somewhat overweight. So the weight was impacting on her, ankle and helping cause the pain. But the weight was more about the emotional life that she had, and very much giving herself a protective layer because, she was very insecure in who she was. So, it wasn't about giving her painkillers to cure an ankle pain. It's about tapping into that, that sadness or, happy, whichever way, both ends of the scale that are causing those problems.
Yes. Yep. Have you faced any challenges doing energy healing?
Oh, definitely. First of all, like I said, working with my own family, I realized, from my perspective, there was that closeness, and, looking at what the outcomes should be. And of course, the same with clients. The biggest problem that we have with people is their ego, because, our egos go, well, this is a complete load of rubbish. How can this, what has my ankle hurting got to do with, some sadness that I felt as a child? Seems ridiculous to our headspace, but our body really gets it and understands it, because we are our emotions and we are our spirit and we are our physical body. We're all of those things. We wouldn't be human without having our emotions, would we?
No, not at all. We'd be really boring.
And boring is not good.
I know, as a nurse, when I came to Body Talk and I had my first session, I was like, so how does this work? No, how does it work? Can you tell me how this works? Yeah.
I know, and I think coming from that slightly more, as we would say, left brain avenue, one of the good things with Body Talk is the chart that we work from, because it's a nice flow chart. It makes it feel quite scientific, and it gives it a very good basis to work from.
Yeah, and I have to agree that the chart is something that I sort of clung to. I'm like, no, I can see the body. And someone's working on the body.
Yes, it's all on there somewhere. And I still do, as you've just done, and I can see you obviously, is doing things like waving your hands about, oh yes, it's an energy system, or oh no, it's something to do with the head, or it's a body system.
Yep. Do it all the time. So do you have a particular story? Because you just spoke about your husband and you having a conversation with the bacteria, and then a couple of days later him saying he's felt the best he's ever been. Is there any other stories like that you'd like to share with us?
Yeah, I mean, there's loads in reality, and it's also about, because we're dealing with energy a lot of the time. It's about working with people that are not necessarily even close by you, how we're all connected energetically, and things that we do ripple out to other people. I was working with a close friend of mine, and this is the early days when I first knew her, so I didn't know a lot of background. And I started to say, oh, do you have an issue with your thyroid? Because, as you know on the chart, it's taken me very steadily with using a yes and a no to get to a thyroid. And she's gone,
Yep.
no, nothing to do with me. No. I said, oh, well, I'm definitely coming through that it's thyroid. And she said, oh, my husband has thyroid issues. Oh, okay.
Yes.
Well, maybe we're working with him. Who knows? Did some energy work, did some balancing around the thyroid because,
Yep.
now I've learned to get ego out of the way. If what comes through, and I just work with it. Anyway,
Yes.
she went home and was chatting to her husband who has the thyroid issues, and he'd forgotten to take his meds that day. I mean, I wouldn't have been able to tell it, the same as, other people wouldn't. But it's about trusting, myself now as a practitioner, that if it's something that comes through to me, I just run with it because I don't know who it's helping, but it's helping somebody.
Yes. It's about really being confident in what you're receiving, because you're receiving it for a reason. Even if you can't see the reason, it's there.
Absolutely right. I mean, and I'm lucky enough to have a couple of clients who are actually, general Western doctors. And one of them has now been attuned via me to Reiki, which is awesome.
Yes. Yep.
And having been attuned, and been shown how to work on herself, she'd gone back off to work and had some quite serious tummy pains. And didn't want to take really strong painkillers, so thought, oh well, I'll give it a go, even with her Western head on. And strangely enough, the pain went away. And it's just great that people can, utilize these systems to work on themselves as well as others.
Yeah, because Body Talk Access is still one that I use for myself and my family, and that was the short little steps, just to balance everything as quickly as possible, but to get on to sort of the next issue. I still enjoy my Body Talk Access quite a bit.
And it's so quick and easy.
Yes. You work with pets, Jacqui?
I do. I work with pets. I mean, sometimes with wild animals as well. When they come and visit me on my patio, I have some birds that bring a friend.
Okay.
They're not feeling well. That's really cool.
Is it different working with people than with animals, or is it because it's all energy? Is it all the same sort of thing?
It is all energy. It is the same, yet it's different because obviously with animals, they can't talk to you. They can't tell you what any of their problems are. So that makes it really good because they don't have the ego like we do. So they don't have the preconceived ideas about getting well. They just happen, it just does. So I can utilize, the charts that we have and my own, skills around animals. And, I've done the full Body Talk courses for specifically animals. And I've also been on a course with an international renowned communicator of animals. Fantastic course. So I utilize all of that within sessions with animals, because the one thing that we find very much is that the animals do pick up very strongly on issues around their humans and their human companions. So very often when I'm working with an animal, they're just giving me the symptoms of what's happening to their human at the time. So in effect, both get healed.
Yes, because they do take it on board a lot. It's quite amazing.
Absolutely, definitely. They're, especially, the domesticated animals, particularly, cats and dogs, and probably more so dogs even than cats. They just want us to feel so good that they go, oh, they've got this wrong and they've got that wrong. I'll just take it off them and carry it for them. Trouble is, that way around, it just means that both end up carrying it, because, you can't take something away from someone, can you, if they've got it?
No.
What you can do, I would say, I don't do the work. It's the person I'm working with that does the body work. I'm just a facilitator, bringing stuff up to their conscious awareness so that they can see what's realistically going on, and then their body will work on it and clear it.
Yep. And so, Jacqui, are there other services that you offer? Because you spoke about Reiki. And I haven't spoken about it here, but I know what a powerful tool that is as an energy healing form.
Oh, Reiki is amazing too. Yes, I did body talk first, and I wasn't overly interested in doing Reiki. And then I know that John, who's the founder of Body Talk, is a Reiki master, and he still says that he Reikis himself every day, even though he's founded this whole amazing system. So I had a friend who is a Reiki master, and she took me through the attunements, although took me quite a long time to build up from Reiki level 1, just working on myself, to working on others. But it is such, a simple modality, again, that lots of people can use and work on themselves. I mean, I go and see a disabled lady once a fortnight, and have done now for quite a number of years. She is severely disabled. She has no, people don't think she has any mental capacity. She does, obviously, but she's very childlike. She can't see, she can't hear, has no power over the movement in her body. She used to have seizures, maybe multiple a day. Certainly, I know that even 3-4 years ago, she was having 50 or more a year. In the last year, she's had 3.
Oh,
well,
Jacqui,
it's just amazing, and some people might think that's not huge, but for this lady's life,
oh my God, I would think so.
Absolutely enormous. And for the staff, she's in a care home and has care 24/7. So even, for the staff, that helps too, because they're not having to deal with these multiple seizures. And, they know that when I've been, they can not have to worry too much about her for the rest of the day, because she just becomes relaxed and chilled out, whereas sometimes she gets, she does get very stressed out. I think that, she probably has a lot more going on in her head than people realize.
Then she can express.
Yeah.
Which is what frustrates us all, when we can't express what it is that's going on inside of us.
Absolutely. And they have given me permission to do some body talk on her as well, so that's really amazing. But obviously, she's where she's at on her journey this time around on earth, and completely fix her and get her out of her wheelchair and get her to be able to see and hear. It's about making her life comfortable, and having that maintenance going along. Because no matter how much we work. Sorry?
I was just going to say that's amazing.
It is. I was going to say, it is about maintenance a lot of the time, because people come and they have sessions, as you would know, and want their ankle or whatever to get fixed. And then, that gets fixed. But once that's fixed, there's other little issues that come up. It's like having your car regularly serviced. You can't just do one thing and then forget about it forever. It doesn't, life isn't like that, is it?
I once heard Tony Robbins say, you would never just go to the gym once and expect to be healthy for the rest of your life.
Absolutely right.
Because he was talking about that's so easy. And he was talking about how you got to work on your mental health all the time, and he was just saying you just would never go to the gym once and then go, hold on, how come I didn't stay that super fit, super strong person? I did it once.
Absolutely. Been there, done that. What next?
And just to end up, Jacqui, because this has been a marvelous conversation, thank you so much for sharing this. I should briefly say that Jacqui has done sessions for me, and that is why I brought her on, because I know from personal experience how amazing Body Talk is and how amazing Jacqui is in what she'll share with you and how to help you. So just to have full openness, Jacqui is one of my healers. So just so everyone's clear. My final question, Jacqui, that I ask everyone at the end is, if there's one person alive or in spirit that you could have a great lunch with, who would you choose?
It's a really difficult one.
Bring a whole heap of people.
I have a whole heap of people, and I suppose the thing is, because as well as doing, the body talk and the Reiki, I do some other spiritual work and read tarot cards and stuff. I've done the body talk course, which is about tapping in and using your own brain for building your intuition, and you can utilize some of that for talking to people from this side of the divide or that side, wherever people are. So I suppose I feel very lucky and very blessed that in a way I can talk to anybody living
At
or
any
past
time.
any time I
Yeah.
do. So there's
Yeah.
none that I really want to bring through and have a dinner with. They're where they're meant to be.
Yes. Yes.
I suppose the one person, would, I don't know, I see there's too many. There's like, my grandparents, my dad, he's passed over
Yeah.
too. There's just all these people. You could just have one big family get together, especially today. Have a big barbecue.
Yes. Yeah. True. Jackie's talking about the fact today is Australia Day and a barbecue day. So here in Australia, we gather everyone together. Thank you, Jacqui, for that. Thank you for sharing everything. It's been great to have you here with us, and amazing to hear what you've done. So thank you very much. I'll end the broadcast now. Thanks everyone for watching.
Thanks, Roz. Bye.
Bye.